We've been able to link up the second speaker for the proposition, Fungai Murau. Fungai, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm so sorry I can't be with you in person. So my name is Fungai Murau, and along with my co-presenter, Natella, who you already heard from, I'm here to echo her point on U equals U applies to women living with HIV, and I'm talking from a community perspective. If I was there with you, I would be walking on stage in 6-inch high heels to the song Let's Talk About Sex by Salt and Pepper, because ultimately the discussion, the conversation is all about sex. So yes, U equals U definitely applies to women. So let's strip it back a little bit. For years, mostly in the communities where there is high HIV prevalence, the message to women has been to be submissive, to ensure the sex that he wanted was had. Once diagnosed with HIV, the woman suddenly became invisible until U equals U changed the playing field. It is now a dawn that is seeing women having options, and we'll dive into it a little bit deeper. So I work in a community, through my work in the community with 4MNAT, which is a community interest group. We're discussing, a lot of discussions are coming now around sexual pleasure, something in the HIV sector that was almost taboo. This is because the U equals U message is penetrating through years of stigma, be it anticipated, perceived, or self-stigma. As women living with HIV in all our wonderful diversity, we want to live full lives that will include having children. What a great sense of security it takes and thanks to U equals U, that we can now go into delivery wards along HIV negative women. We can have vaginal delivery, and most of all, we are given a choice to breastfeed. This is simply wonderful. Being able to breastfeed, especially in communities where I originate from, that's Zimbabwe, where the mother-in-law is present from when baby is born. It is comforting because we don't need to have a conversation on why we're not breastfeeding. And HIV status does not need to be discussed or shared. And we can smile and confidently be on the breast is best team, which opens all sorts of avenues for inclusion to mom and baby groups, contributing to limited and risk of postpartum depression due to isolation. I also work with a research organization, SWIFT, where I have the pleasure of working with my HIV consultant, Dr. Yvonne Delis, who's in the audience. Our research streams with women living with HIV also include women who are undocumented, which equates to them having limited resources. So when it comes to having children, the cost of formula milk is beyond their means. So breastfeeding becomes a welcome and safe alternative. But listen, let's move away from breast and baby. U equals U definitely matters to women, sex workers, and actually all women can find it difficult to negotiate condom use. The knowledge of not being able to pass on HIV becomes rather delicious. It is not very long since there were dating sites for people living with HIV only. How sad is it having HIV as probably the only thing you have in common? With U equals U, as my dear friend Tom Hayes, a well-known HIV activist, says, we can now have sex without stigma. I have the utter pleasure of working with young women living with HIV and supporting them in making informed decisions around sexual reproductive health and rights. And my face lights up when they talk about U equals U. They are the next generation. They are the generation that are fully armed with U equals U. And they are the generation that if they were here today would be dancing on the stage to show you just how U equals U is also important to them. We need to remain committed in doing everything we can to ensure that women living with HIV are not only told about Uyikoju in clinical settings, they need to be empowered in sharing this message with their network so that they can, as I said at the beginning of this message, they can begin to have the sex that they want and not the sex that they think they should be having because they're living with HIV. Thank you for inviting me to this space, and thank you to Natella, my wonderful co-presenter, The Education, for inviting me to this space, with an organization that supports research in women living with HIV in the UK, and for MNET, which give me the opportunity to say grounded my community work. Thank you, and vote yes.
Thank you, Fungai.